What is up, guys? Christian Professional Dad, and I am back with another knife video. All right, guys, Blade Show's right around the corner. Right around the corner. I mean, we're a couple, 2 weeks away from it? 3 weeks away? I am so excited to go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Normally, I do a lot of, I was getting up to where I was doing 30 new knife reviews a month. And if you haven't noticed, and I'm sure you have, the last couple weeks, I haven't done any. And the reason why was because, as I communicated with you all, a few weeks back, some things happened personally in my life that put me behind the 8 ball financially. And I had to make a decision. Cancel my trip to Blade Show and continue doing all the new knife reviews and stuff like that, or hold off on those. Hold off. Don't stop, because we'll get back to that after Blade Show. Right back to normal, like we never missed a beat. Doing a lot of new knife reviews every single week. But in the meantime, I could either continue doing that and put off my trip to Blade Show until next year, or put those off for a short period of time, save up my money, and have a really good trip to Blade Show, where I can get some really cool knives, some Blade Show reveals, some exclusives, different things like that. Also, I have an idea of something I'm wanting to do right there on the Blade Show floor as a giveaway, going live. So I decided to go with that route. I think that that's going to serve me better, my collection better, you all better, be more entertaining. But in the meantime, we still have to have content. We still have to have a way of talking all the time about knives, and a way for me to have an outlet and get stuff off my chest and enjoy the passion and the hobby that I have. Because this is what I do to enjoy my knives, is talk with you all about them and engage in conversations and comments and stuff like that. So this is today's video, and you probably already saw in the thumbnail. I decided if I started over with my collection right now, going to Blade Show, get rid of all these and just start over, what would I keep out of this collection? I allowed myself 10 knives, and that's it. And I've got Chris Reeves, Benchmade, Spyderco, ProTech, Microtech, Kunwu. I got a ton of really good knives. You all have seen most of them. Fixed blades, folders, a lot of them. I can only keep 10 in this scenario. But here's another caveat. They can't just be my 10 favorite knives. I want my collection, like I always say, to be well-rounded and cover a lot of areas. Have each area, at least one knife from each area, so that it is a complete, well-rounded collection. So I've got 10 knives, and each one is going to fill a role. And we're going to start off with number 1. And that is a budget beater knife. And a budget beater knife for me is anything under $100. Now, I know some people think that $100 is too high to be a budget knife. We all have our own perspectives on that. For me, it's $100 or less. So I need a knife that's $100 or less that I can just beat up, wear out. If it gets scratched, if it gets marred, if it gets mangled, whatever, it's just a beater knife that I'm going to use. But it's got to be a good one. I mean, it's got to be something I can actually use. And that is going to be, without a doubt, the Migueron Moyarl. Now, it was almost a raccoon top liner lock, but I do think that this knife is going to hold up to hardcore beating on it and hardcore use a little bit better than the raccoon, simply because of the way that it's made. We're talking the G-Mascus. Now, you don't always have to go with the G-Mascus handles, but I got the black and blue. By the way, if you haven't noticed, blue... my Kentucky sign, my little boy brought that home from school and wanted me to put it up. So I said, heck yeah, I will definitely put that up. I will never say no to Kentucky. So we got that sign. But here you go. The Migueron Moyarl in blue, G-Mascus, blue and black. It's got a great blade shape, similar to the raccoon top liner lock. Not the same, but it's similar. But this is in 14C. It has a titanium pocket clip. It has really thick steel liners. I think that this would just hold up. It is a liner lock. Now, the raccoon top liner lock is going to be a great knife and a good all-around knife and stuff for using. But I just think that this knife might hold up to hardcore use a little bit better. So I went with this one. I think this is excuse my fingerprints, I think that this is a fantastic, beautiful knife, and it's a great one. I mean, this one right here, you can get these for around 60, 70 bucks on Amazon. I think this one costs about 80, 85 bucks. and it is a good knife. Great knife. Good action all the way around. The Migueron Moyaro. Number 2, you got to have an actual EDC knife. Now, an EDC knife isn't just a knife that you can beat on and mangle. It's a knife that you're going to carry every day. It's got to have a little bit of clout to it. You know, it's got to have a good blade steel. It's got to, you know, there's got to be, I won't call it swag to it or anything like that, but you want to have a nice EDC knife. Especially if I'm going to be getting rid of all these knives, I want to keep some nice ones, you know. So I want an EDC knife that has good materials from a good brand, but mainly has a really, really good blade steel that's going to hold up with edge retention, stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be this knife right here, the Manix 2. This is not the XL. This is just a Manix 2. I didn't need the XL. The Manix 2 is one knife. It's big enough. You don't need the XL. Now, the XL is a lot bigger, so it's even better, but just a Manix 2 or the XL, either one. 9 times out of 10, it will be this. And I do believe that this is one of the 5 best EDC knives on the market, hands down, no question. Some people would disagree with me. I think that overall, the majority of knife people, if you ask them what their top 5 EDC knives are, the Manix 2 is going to be in a lot of those lists. But it's not going to be in this one for one reason, and that's because of this knife right here, the Sage 5. Now, this isn't just a normal Sage 5. This is a Sage 5 lightweight. I would rather have the G10 handles, but this knife has won me over to the lightweights because it still has some good weight. It still feels really good in the hand. Ergonomics are still similar to what you expect from Spyderco. You still got that great blade shape, that good slicey blade. It still has a compression lock. I am a compression lock fan. I think that the compression lock is the best lock in the knife world. Triad from Cold Steel is the safest, most reliable, but I think this is all the way around just the most fidgety, the best, most reliable. When you're taking that lock back Triad out of the, when you're wanting something fidgety for EDC and stuff like that, I think compression lock is a really good way to go. Spyderco does a good job with it. Fantastic knife. Now, here's the best thing about this. Rex 121. Need I say more? This is an S30V. Great blade steel. No problem there. But Rex 121 is 100% the way to go. You're getting all the ergonomics of a Spyderco that you expect and you love. You're getting the warranty. You're getting the, you know, all the things from this that you like. The only thing about this that is not the same is this is American made. This is not, but you know, this is just such a good knife. This is the way I'm going. And thank you to you know who you are. I love this knife. Thank you. As a matter of fact, you'll see something else in a second. Number 3, grill knife. You got to have a grill knife. Now, a grill knife can be something that's just uber expensive or something very, very limited and exclusive. But usually those two things go together. If it's exclusive, it's usually going to equate to being more expensive. Tomato, tomato. It can be something that's an old knife. It can be just because it's got certain handle materials. It could be an inexpensive knife that there's something about it you love because it's got some heritage or history or somebody gave it to you or something like that. A grill knife, whatever your grill knife is. For me, my grill knife is the Umnazan right here. There was another knife that I could have put in this, but it's already on this list, so here you go. The Umnazan. What a nice knife. I would like this better if it was the other style blade that it comes with, but this was the only one that there was available when I got it, so I took it. Now, here's the funny thing. I was showing my Chris Reeve Sabenza, my small 31, and I was talking about wanting a large 31 Sabenza. It just wasn't available at the time that I got the small, so I got what was available. But I really wanted an Umnazan, but they were just hard to get, hen's teeth. And within 24 hours, a bunch of people emailed me, hey, right now on Blade Bench, right now, there's one on there right now. You got to get on there and get it. But it was left-handed, a left-handed knife. And go figure, guess what I am? I'm left-handed. So boom, kind of worked out for me. Titanium handles, Magna Cut blade steel, Chris Reeves. I mean, it's all the things that we love, that we expect from Chris Reeves, Umnazan. I mean, look at that. What an awesome, magnificent knife. I mean, it's just amazing. I love this knife. This is my grill knife. Now, these are going for about, what, $500 to $600 brand new. I bought it brand new condition in the box, like it had never been opened, but I had to pay a big time premium price because they're so hard to get. So it was a lot more than $500 to $600. So there you go. Chris Reeves Umnazan. That's my grill. Number 4, traditional. You got to have a traditional. A slip joint or a lockback. Either one, just a traditional style knife. Now, there is a knife that would normally be on this list that I normally would have trolled out and said, here you go, or trolled out. That's wrong. I would have pulled out and said, here you go, this is the knife. But I'm probably going to get rid of that knife and sell that knife, and I won't deal with that brand anymore. That's neither here nor there. A story for another day. So that knife is no longer going to be showed or talked about. This is the knife that I will show and talk about. And this would probably beat it out, the other knife out anyways, because if you've watched my channel, you know how much I love this knife. This is the MKM Hero. What a fantastic knife. This thing is just absolutely amazing. Bowler and 390 blade steel. It's a larger knife, so it fits my hand really good. Titanium bolsters. It's got the anodized pivot there. Just beautiful. You know, titanium pocket clip that is reversible because it goes in through the top there, so you can switch it left hand or right hand. The jimping on this is like canyons chopped out. Boom, 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 like they take an axe and just start whacking on it. And I love that. I love aggressive jimping like that. Dual thumb studs. Look at that blade shape. This is a slicey blade. This is thick. It's sturdy. It's well made. This knife right here, I mean, crown spine. I love a crown spine. I've said that in so many videos. To me, it just gives it that that sophistication, that classy factor. I love a crown spine, and so this does have that. But here you go. One more thing. Listen to this. Oh, one of the most satisfying sounds in the knife world is the lockback on the MKM Hero. It's fantastic. I mean, I've got other lockbacks, and none of them sound like this. It sounds so good. That's a satisfying sound. And I do know other people who have gotten a Hero, and they have all agreed, man, that's a really good sounding, satisfying sound. So that is my traditional knife, the MKM Hero. It's an Italian-made knife, and let me tell you, the Italians do make great knives. I know some people don't like them. I think they're fantastic. I think that this is one of the best made knives that I have. Number 5, auto. You got to have an auto. Now, I'm not a big auto fan. You know, I don't carry them. I got kids and stuff, and I just don't carry autos a lot. Out the fronts or autos of any type. Now, I do have some. I've got probably 7, 8. I've got 3 or 4 Bokers, including the Boker Chavez Mini Redemption. I've got LUDT by Microtech. I've got the ProTech. I've got several. I don't know, but for me, no question, hands down, my favorite brand is ProTech. So I'm going with the TR3 right there. Aluminum handles. Look at that. Look at that blade right there. That is beautiful. And it's 154 cm. Here's the deal. The Microtech LUDT that I have is M390. Here's the the way my thought process breaks that down. If I was going to be using these knives a lot, the autos, and I was going to be carrying them and using them a lot, I'm going with the LUDT because of the M390. I just am. I like the M390 and 20CV a whole lot, and those two are very similar, so I would go with the M390 blade. But I'm not going to be carrying the autos a lot. I'm just not. So I'm not going to get a lot of use out of them. This is more from a collector's perspective. And for that reason, I would rather go with the knife that I like the looks of better, the brand that I like better, you know, and 154 is still a really, really good blade steel. So for that reason, my preferences on brand and look outweighed the preferences on the quality of blade steel, because I'm not going to be beating on them and using them a lot. So I went with the knife that I just liked all the way around better, and that is the ProTech TR3. What a great knife. And the action is phenomenal on this. And that is my auto. All right, now 6 is a gentleman's and executive style knife. Now, there were several knives that I could have went with, but I just wanted something that wasn't going to be intimidating. It couldn't look tactical at all. It had to just look classy and sophisticated. I didn't care about size of the knife or anything like that. I just wanted something that you could pull out anywhere, no matter what you was wearing. It would go with the suit. It would go with dress slacks. It would go with if you're at a wedding, or if you're at church, or if you're in the middle of a meeting or a boardroom. The knife is just going to fit in. It's going to look good. It's not going to be intimidating, like I said, put people off, be tactical, be oversized, be aggressive, anything like that. And for me, that is, without a doubt, the Lion Steel Mito. Now, if you don't know about a Mito, this knife is fantastic. Crown spine, just like the other Italian-made knife, because this is an Italian-made knife as well. Crown spine, beautiful Bowler M390 blade steel, has carbon fiber on one side and milled titanium on the other. Look at that titanium. Look at how well that work is done. This is such good quality craftsmanship on this. I've said it a million times. My Mito is the best made knife that I have, right there with that MKM. They're just so well made. You just only have to hold them in your hands once to experience how well this is made. Like, you can feel how the quality and how well it's made. You can see it. Just a great knife. Milled titanium pocket clip. I mean, all the way around, just a great knife. This is a knife that I could wear with a suit. This is a knife I could wear. I could put it in my jacket pocket. I could put it in my pants. I could put it in whatever. And it's just going to be a fantastic knife. You can pull this out. It's not going to be intimidating. You can open a package with it. You can, you know, cut some lunch up at lunch, whatever. You can do whatever you want. General, light work, EDC. It'll hold up to hardcore work, no problem. The Mito is that good. Now, here's the deal. Not only is this a knife that I would consider a good executive or gentleman style knife, but this is also on the list for me, in my opinion. If you are a person considering your very first next level knife, this is one of the top 5 knives you should consider, no question, hands down. And a lot of knife experts go on to Knife Center, go on to Blade HQ, go on to Google and Google that. 5 knives I should consider for my first next level knife. Watch how many lists will have the Mito on it. There's a lot of them, because this is such a good knife. The Lion Steel Mito fits so many lists and so many criterias. So it is my executive or gentleman style knife. Number 7, limited edition or sprint run. Now, I don't have very many of those. I just have a couple. I have a few Benchmade Griptilian limited editions. I have several different ones. I just wanted something in this collection that is going to be really hard to get. They're not making a lot of. Once they make them, they're done. You're not getting them anymore. A lot of times people have to go on the secondary market and get them, things like that. For me, it was no question which knife it was going to be. the Shaman from Spyderco in 15B, the Big Brown Bear Edition. Now, this knife, can't open it anymore, and this knife have something in common. That's a inside thing, and I am very appreciative and love these knives big time. Most of y'all can see where I'm going with that. I absolutely love this knife. It's fantastic. I had mentioned that this was one of my Grail knives, and I just couldn't find it anywhere on the, because they only make, Spyderco only makes their 15V knives one time, and then they move on the next year to different models. I've got the military too and stuff like that, and I got this one, but I wanted this one really bad, and the only way you can get it, because they don't make them anymore and you can't buy them anywhere because they're sold out everywhere, the only way you can get one is through the secondary market and to pay an arm and a leg for it. I mean, expensive. But I got this one, and that's neither here nor there. I love and appreciate this knife so daggone much. I mean, you can see both of these knives are on this list for a reason, because I do appreciate them and love them so much. And it is a Spyderco. It's a Shaman. Shaman is one of my favorite knives that there is. ProTech is probably my favorite knife. Shaman is probably my, well, no doubt, ProTech is my favorite knife, 100% hands down. Shaman is probably my second favorite. I love the Shaman. It's a fantastic knife. So getting a Shaman in 15V for me was, I just can't believe it. Look at that. What a knife. So that is my limited edition or sprint run knife for my collection. Number 8 is Heirloom. Now, Heirloom is a knife that has been passed down to you through somebody in your family, or a knife that you will, for one reason or another, pass down to people, your descendants. My life story is a little different than most people's. I don't have anything like that, heirlooms from other people, that's not an option for me. But what I do have is a knife that is very important to me and very special to me, that I 100% will be passing down to my kids. Probably Elijah. Most of you all know my kids. Probably Elijah, my 10-year-old. He just turned 10. Because I've got 6. The 2 older, one grown up, one's in UK, go Big Blue, one's in the military, and then I got my other 4 boys that I have here with me all the time that I'm raising, and they all have the same. Those 4 have the same mom. The older 2 have the same mom, my first wife. The younger 4 are with basically my second wife, and she bought this knife for me when I was just getting into knife collecting, and I was going through a lot because, as I told you all before, that was when my accident happened, when I was laid up on a couch. My legs were the size of a house. I couldn't walk. My back was, I had so many back procedures. It was crazy. I was miserable. I lived in a daily immense amount of pain that it was just massive. And Knife Center is what got me off of it, watching those knife videos and realizing that there was this whole community of knife enthusiasts out there that really enjoyed knives, not for just taking them out and using them in a campground or, making fire with them, or, taking them to work and doing stuff like that, but actually an actual enthusiast community where they're doing collections and they talk about them, and there was just a whole world that I didn't know about. And that kind of took my mind off of it, and I started collecting. But I didn't have anything really nice, and I definitely didn't have a Spyderco. She saw that. She saw how much I was interested and into it, and she took it upon herself to get me this knife. I've told you all the story before. Most of y'all already know this. And this is the Endura 4 from Spyderco. This is a Knife Center exclusive with black packwood handles. It is a lockback, has Damascus blade steel with a VG10 core. You can see the core going right down the middle of it there. This could be an executive style or gentleman's knife as well, but it is my heirloom knife, so, you know, I wanted one for each. This will definitely be passed down because this knife opened the floodgates for me. Once you got this, it was kind of like that, okay, get you a couple of knives, spend you a little bit of money, get you a nice knife or two, you know, and I did. And then that opened the floodgates, and now look at me. I haven't been able to stop. I've got a severe problem. I mean, thinking about going to one of these psychedelic places and trying to recover from my knife addiction, because they say that stuff will help you with addictions overnight, and I really need help with my knife addiction because I spend way too much money on knives, and this started it all. So this is a great knife. This is a very important and special knife to me, and so my boys will get this knife, probably Elijah because he's the oldest of the four, but that is the heirloom knife. Number 9 is a fixed blade. You got to have a fixed blade. Just a fixed blade for carrying around. No particular reason for this fixed blade, whether it's EDC or you just like carrying a fixed blade on you, having a fixed blade in your collection. And I have got a ton of fixed blades over there, tons of them. Esse's, Kaisers, Savivis, Vostis, all different kinds. And then of course back here, I've got a bunch of them. Esse's, Bradford's, Benchmades, Custom, Spartan, Tops, Winkler, Lion Steel, Strop, Chris Strop or Strop, however you say his name is. There's several back here. But for me, no questions. No question. It's the TJ Schwartz Lost Trail. This is not the Lost Trail 5. This is the Overland. I'm sorry. The TJ Schwartz Overland. This is, in my opinion, and it's not just my opinion, I've actually watched a lot, researched a lot, and read a lot when I bought this knife. I watched a lot because this knife is not cheap. It's like $300 with tax and shipping. It's like $320, $330. So it's expensive. It's a Magna Cut blade steel and micarta handles. And everything that I was seeing was saying that this was probably the best made fixed blade on the market right now being made. TJ Schwartz, the Overland. I saw that again and again. I got it, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have every fixed blade made. I don't have one from every brand made. I know people are going to talk about TKL and LT Wright and all these other different knife companies, and they very well could be right. But from my limited experience, this is the best knife out there right now, fixed blade. And according to a lot of other people that are knife experts, they also agreed. So I felt confident saying that. This is a fantastic knife. The TJ Schwartz Overland is a fantastic knife. You want to talk about the ergonomics, the blade, the sliciness, the Wharncliffe style blade right there, which sheep's foot, Wharncliffe, you never know what they're calling these. I've talked about it before. It does have a Kydex sheath, and the retention is, I mean, it snaps in there and it ain't going nowhere. This thing is phenomenal. A good belt loop there, or plastic clip. Fantastic knife. They also have the Overland Sport, a little bit more affordable, a little bit smaller. Highly recommend those as well. And they come out every other month, it seems like, with new blade material, not blade materials, but blade coatings and handle materials. So you can get one customized in so many different ways. Actually, that's how I got this one. I didn't want to wait on another drop, so I went in there. It actually has a selection for you to pick how you want it customized, and it don't take months to get it, like some brands, TKL, 3 or 4 months to get a knife. I ordered this and told them exactly how I wanted it. Like a couple weeks later, it was already shipped in the mail. I had a tracking number on it, so really fast. And last knife, number 10, is a knife that you do need for bushcraft and survival. Because your fixed blade, if it's going to be a knife, fixed blade that you can carry in EDC and stuff like that, then a lot of times it's not going to be a knife adequate. Now, this knife could definitely do bushcraft and survival. No question. I know it could. But sometimes you can't have a fixed blade EDC knife that's going to be able to do both. So, another TJ Schwartz, the Overland. Now, I showed this recently in 3-knife challenge, and some people didn't think that it was very thick or would be able to hold up to it. This is. All you need to do is watch Gideon's Tactical Lost Trail 5 video. Gideon's Tactical Lost Trail 5. YouTube it, watch it, and then go down the rabbit hole of all the other knife people out there, the Dutch boys and stuff like that, talking about the Lost Trail 5. And you're going to see this knife right here is the only knife you will ever need for bushcraft, survival, for anything. If you want a feather stick, it'll do that. If you want a baton, it'll do that. If you want to just chop like an axe, it'll do that. If you got a tank that you need to disassemble, it'll do that. If you've got a building and 3 little pigs are in it, instead of being a wolf that blows it down, just start chopping at the walls with this. It'll eventually come down. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my head. This is just a phenomenal knife. It's a phenomenal knife. It's got rich light handles. It's tacky. It's grippy. It's a heavy knife. It's a bulky, big knife. But let me tell you, another one with the Kydex sheath, and it has a leather dangler. That snap is insane, and it ain't going nowhere. The retention is through the roof. TJ Schwartz, the Lost Trail 5, he knows what he's doing. He's making some phenomenal knives out there right now. I can't wait to see him at Blade Show. I'm probably going to get a TJ Schwartz. Speaking of which, really quick, just to end this up, I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to Blade, what I'm thinking right now. And if you guys have anything in particular that you all think I should go with instead, let me know in the comment section, because I'm 100% open. I don't know what to get. I'm definitely wanting to go TKL. I'm definitely wanting to go Spartan. Definitely want to get a Spartan Hersey or something. Probably a TJ Schwartz. I'm wanting to get some type of a knife that is like a Blade Show exclusive. I mean, there's a lot of knives I want to get. I don't know what to get. I really don't. Maybe an LT Wright. I don't know. What do you guys think I should get? Tell me what you all want to see, and I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to try to get some Big Idea Design stuff. Some new pins from them. Maybe a tactile pin. Something like that. I like their flick pins like a light switch. The switch pins like a light switch. I want to get one of the... There's a lot of stuff I want to get. So we'll see how it turns out. But I can't wait. But I definitely want to see what TJ Schwartz has. I'll tell you somebody else who I really want to see at Blade Show. This is just a fanboy moment for me. 100%, and you're not going to see this coming. This is not a knife company out there making production knives. This ain't Vosti Kaiser. This ain't Chris Reeves. This is none of those. This ain't Chavez. None of those. You guys don't know, on YouTube, there's a guy named Kyle Royer. And Kyle Royer, I love watching his videos. I love watching Kyle Royer. He makes the most beautiful, amazing, next level, out of this world knives and swords that you can ever imagine seeing. He's got to be one of the best in the world. I mean, he's got to be. From what I've seen, I've made a lot of knives in my life. I've probably 20 or 30 knives. And I could go right now and make a knife. 100%, start to finish, forge it, do it all. But I'm just not very good at it. That dude is insanely good, and I know he's going to be at Blade Show. And that is what I'm more excited about than anything. And I'm going to tell you right now, we ultimately talk about Grails. We can talk about Chris Reeves, Chavez, Spyderco, all those other ones we want to. but I'm talking really, the grail for me one day will be when I can afford to drop 15 grand on a Kyle Royer piece. That is going to be ultimately my grail. That's like retirement. You know, I've worked hard my whole life. I've raised my kids. They're off and they're all gone. And now I can actually sit back and do whatever I want. Kyle Royer is what I want, because his stuff is insanely awesome and I can't wait to meet him. I'm going to track him down. That's one of the very first things I'm wanting to do, is track him down and find him, get a picture with him, talk to him, tell him how much I love his stuff, look at some of his stuff, maybe handle one or two of his pieces. I mean, come on. If he'll sell me on an IOU or credit, let me make, $20 a month payments, I will totally buy one of his $30,000 pieces. I'm going to tell you right now, if he will sign a deal with me to let me pay $25 a month, I will buy it right there on the spot. I'll bring it home and I'll show it to you guys. 100%. I commit to that right now. I'm joking. All right. Links in the description for all these knives. Links in the description for my merch. Unprofessional Dad merch. Link in the description for the premium membership, Knife of the Month giveaway. Ooh. Guess what I'm going to be doing for next month's Knife of the Month giveaway? Oh, it will definitely be something coming from Blade Show. You best believe it. Next month. Now, this month is already almost over, so we're going to have a big Knife of the Month giveaway here very soon. Next month, in June, the premium members Knife of the Month giveaway will be something coming straight from Blade Show. Trust me, I can't wait. All right, guys. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. I wish all of you sharp knives and happy lives. My flag says hi. Make sure that you show love to Kentucky. We all know that it's the best. Steve, this Tennessee volunteer stuff, we're going to have to talk about that, buddy. You live on this side of the border. You need to get a flag, right? I'm sending you one in the mail. It's coming, all right? Appreciate it, guys. I'm just joking. Like who you like. As long as it's not Duke. God forbid you all like Duke. All right. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. Wish you sharp knives, happy lives. I'll see you in the next one.